You want to know how to become a phone zombie? First, you don't need any pens. You won't need any papers or pads or notebooks. You can actually do everything I'm telling you to become a phone zombie right now without any notes, it's an easy 5-step system to become a phone zombie. First of all, watch this video in its entirety. You have to finish watching this all the way through, from the start to the finish. The whole time I'm talking, you should be glued to the screen. Okay, that's the first step. The second step, after you finish this one, go find another video. So find something remotely interesting to you, something sensational, something amazing, something that catches your attention. Simply, when the video finishes, your task is to simply scroll, or you'll have to make a choice. You'll either watch the next video that's queued up for you by the artificial intelligence has decided what you should be looking at next, which you can happily do. And that's fine to do step 2. Should you decide to exercise a tiny bit of your remaining free choice, scroll until you find something that interrupts that strikes you, that interrupts your pattern, interrupts your attention. So somewhere where your eyes stick for a millisecond or two. And remember here, you've only got about 6 seconds to find something that's of interest to you. Otherwise, you're going to bounce on to the next thing. So in order to get completely absorbed, scroll, find the next thing that's interesting. Good. Now watch that in its entirety. Watch the entire thing, unless you lose interest. And if you lose interest, simply scroll again for that within that 5 to 6 second period. Find something else that is of interest. It is best at this point in step 3 to find something that you'll click on that will take you in another direction, sort of pull you away. This also helps the artificial intelligence to figure out what you're most likely going to want to click on next, so that they can put it in front of you so that you don't necessarily have to go scrolling and finding it. Okay, this is the secret. So we're now at step 4. And some of you might have to repeat step 4 a number of times, where you actually choose things. You actually exercise that tiny bit of free will that you do have left to choose something to look at. But by now, in your semi-adult life, you probably don't have to. It will continue to serve up things that will somehow attract your interest and catch your attention, unless, of course, you're using someone else's phone. In that case, you'll have to retrain it a bit as to who it is that's looking at the phone. But once it figures out that it's you, it's just going to continue to serve things up to you and you're almost there. We're down to the last step now. Step 5 is try not to get distracted by anything in your environment. Buses, cars, trains, screaming airplanes, people with guns, anything that might distract you from the screen, a screaming child, maybe some blood, maybe something of danger, something that might alert you and bring you back to a sense of conscious reality. Avoid those at all costs. And if you're in an environment with a lot of that stuff, just try, either get out, or what I would recommend, and I've got a link here for you to click on, buy some noise reduction earphones. All right, so then the iPods are best because they will be able to stick in your ear, and then you won't be able to hear any other distractions. So effectively now we've got this part closed off. Okay, and that's part of this is an additional step, but this is to really reinsure it. So we've got and they are fully absorbed, and now we've got these, and you've also put yourself in an environment where you're not going to be distracted by many things. Keep your eyes focused on the screen and the stuff that's on the screen, and pretty soon, automatically, it will start to show you the very next thing that you should be looking at. And don't listen to any distractions around you. If one of the kids around you gets hurt, ignore them. keep your attention on the screen. And should you get a little blood on you from something that's happening, just ignore it. Just think about what's on the screen. Let's see, what's the next effect of the step is, and what we haven't been able to kind of get to yet is this sense of nose, the smell and taste. So there are two things that I would suggest there. One of them would be some sort of a strong gum, or chewing gum, or a breath mint, or anything. Chewing tobacco is good. Things, jerky, beef jerky, donkey jerky, whatever kind of dried sort of something that you could put in your mouth and chew, particularly something that's pungent. And I'm sorry to use that word. Some people may not know that it's a strong. Strong was what that might mean. That will ensure, and it won't completely, like if you're in a burning house, you still may be able to smell, and that might distract you. You still may be able to smell the smoke and the burning things. So we haven't quite figured out how to minimize that. But like odors and things like dead bodies, gunpowder, gas. They put. We're trying to get this stopped, but they put odors in like natural gas that you would burn in a stove and so forth, so that people can detect it. We're trying to take measures to eliminate that, so that that doesn't distract you from the screen. So these, if you do these 5 steps and these additional 2 steps, the 2 steps being make sure you're in an environment, get the earplugs that isn't going to distract you, and the second, the final step, the 7th step there would be to chew on something very pungent, very strong, mint, something that is going to overwhelm your sense of taste and smell as much as possible. That way you can stay focused on whatever the artificial intelligence is telling you to continue to focus on. Okay, and they're pretty easy steps. I think they'll come quite naturally to you. You'll find that in no time at all, you'll be a phone zombie. Thanks. Talk to you soon. Oh, keep your eyes on the screen.